Good evening. It's Monday night and it's time for CPS News with Jesse and Brent. News that speaks your language.
How are you doing tonight, Vallarta and the entire Bay Area? And welcome to CPS News in a little different location. We've got a new set coming, but this isn't it. This is the radio studio that we're broadcasting in today. But we're still happy you're here with us. It's a little bit of a change of pace, but it's only going to be like maybe for a week or two at the most.
Hopefully, yes, but we're very excited. We have great surprises for you coming up. But right now, a lot of information. So stay with us. We have a whole hour of information, entertainment, sports, and lot more.
But first, as you know, here comes the headline, so you know what that means. Let's go.
3 major Vallarta real estate projects shut down for violations. Plaza Genovesa under fire for illegally cutting down 13 primavera trees. Business and community leaders unite to combat child sexual abuse in the Bay Area. In sports news tonight, Vallarta's rising stars gear up for Jalisco's State Athletics Championship. In entertainment news, Bianca Marroquín returns by popular demand from Mexico to Broadway and back. And finally, be sure to stay tuned for Brent's Voices of Vallarta interview with Irish singer-songwriter Séamus Byrne and hear about his upcoming performance for St. Paddy's Day. Find out more about these stories, this week's Red Hot happenings, and more on the 1-hour edition of CPS News with Jesse and Brent, the news that speaks your language.
First up tonight, we're going to have a little story about Profeco because Mexico's environmental agency, Profeco, has hit the brakes on 3 major real estate projects in Puerto Vallarta, cracking down on developments that either lacked permits or went beyond what was approved. The surprise inspection started on the 25th, leading to construction shutdowns across the entire city. The biggest offender, Breeze Loft 185 in the Amapas neighborhood of the Romantic Zone. Profeco issued a total closure order after finding it didn't have the required environmental impact authorizations. At the time, only the basement and first floor had been built, and now construction has come to a full stop. Another project, Zale, along the Bahía de Navidad coastal highway did have environmental permits, but developers were caught expanding beyond what was approved. Profeco ordered a partial shutdown. And then there's Marina Towers in Marina Vallarta. This project was originally cleared for a 24-story tower, but inspectors found additional structures that weren't part of the approved plan. One tower is already complete, but Profeco halted the work on the rest. The federal prosecutor called out the rapid, unchecked development along Vallarta's coast, warning of serious impact on both local communities and marine ecosystems. Profeco says they'll be keeping a close eye on these projects, making sure developers follow the rules or they face the consequences. Thank you to Miguel Gonzalez Guerra for our first story tonight.
Wow. Well, those are real rebels. I hope they start following the rules. And now let's get to good news, all right? So we have really good news for Puerto Vallarta. Our beautiful destination is making big moves in the European travel market. A delegation led by Luis Villaseñor Nolasco from the Puerto Vallarta Tourism Board just got back from ITB Berlin, the world's biggest travel trade show. They connected with major industry players like Expedia, Amadeus, and top airlines working to bring in more visitors from countries like Spain, Austria, the Czech Republic, and Poland. And here's something huge. Jalisco's Secretary of Tourism, Michelle Friedman, announced that Guadalajara will host ITB Americas for the next 5 years. This means even more global exposure and business opportunities, of course, here in Puerto Vallarta. During the event, Vallarta stood out not just for its meetings with major airlines like Lufthansa and Iberojet, but for bringing a taste of Mexico right to Berlin's Brandenburg Gate. Picture this, mariachi, charros, and the vibrant folklore of Jalisco right in the heart of Germany. I'm sure there was tequila too. With its breathtaking beaches, world-class resorts, adventure tourism, and incredible cuisine showcased by Vallarta's own chef Salvador Carrillo, Puerto Vallarta is proving once again why it's a top travel destination. Big things are happening, and if you thought Vallarta was popular before, just wait, because the best is yet to come. Thanks, Miguel Gonzalez Guerra, for all of these great news.
So, in our next story, people in Vallarta are outraged after Plaza Genovesa Vallarta took pruning way too far. They have been legally cutting down 13 primavera trees along the Francisco Medina Ascencio. Bright yellowed flower trees were planted just 4 years ago as part of a state-led effort to improve the area. But on March 6th, without permission, the shopping center's administration chopped them all down, shocking both the residents and, of course, the environmental officials. Bartolo Cruz Romero, the city director of environmental sustainability, called it unacceptable, especially during the dry season. And biologist Tamara Esquivel led an inspection, and now Plaza Genovesa could be facing fines up to 130,000 pesos. Despite all the environmental campaigns, media efforts, and tree planting festivals, it seems the message just still is not getting through. But one thing is clear, Puerto Vallarta isn't going to let this go without a fight. Now again, this is information from Miguel González Guerrero.
All right, and Miguel González Guerra also gave me some more information about trees. And you know what? It sparked public outrage. 3 large native trees were cut down in Fluvial Vallarta. This happened last December, but the important thing here is that the company behind it all only had to pay a fine of 35,000 pesos. That's the fine. Bartolo Cruz Romero, Puerto Vallarta's Director of Environmental Sustainability, revealed that the company cuts the trees first and then applies for a permit later. According to him, the removed trees, 2 fig trees and a guamuchil, were estimated to be around 50 years old. While he dismissed claims that they were centenarians, he did acknowledge the severe environmental damage. The incident has fueled debate over Puerto Vallarta's weak penalties for tree removal. Current regulations allow businesses to pay minimal fines as little as 5,000 pesos per tree. That's nothing, even if their projects are worth millions. Cruz Romero warns that this system incentivizes destruction rather than conservation. He argues that trees should be valued beyond their wood, factoring the shade, the impact of wildlife, local biodiversity, all of that stuff. Some urban trees could be worth up to 1 million pesos based on their ecosystem contributions. He's calling on city officials to increase penalties and push for better urban tree management strategies. For now, though, critics worry that developers can continue cutting down trees with little consequences, prioritizing concrete over conservation. And now, before we continue our top stories this evening, here's a quick word from our sponsor.
Excellence in design and quality has found its home at Ceramicus Exclusivas. Elevate your space with world-class flooring and wall coverings, imported from Europe and carefully selected for those who seek distinction and perfection. In every detail, discover porcelain tiles with a marble look, offering the beauty of natural stone without stains and with easy maintenance. More space, more inventory, more exclusivity. At Ceramicus Exclusivas, we bring you an unparalleled selection of premium materials, perfect for every project. Visit us at Federación 390, Paseos Universidad Ixtapa, Puerto Vallarta, or explore our collection online, www.ceramicusexclusivas.com. Don't miss our exclusive offers, subscribe to our newsletter, and get the latest design trends and promotions every month. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for more inspiration and updates. Ceramicus Exclusivas, the art of living with distinction.
Okay, so noise pollution is a growing problem in Puerto Vallarta despite years of complaints. Did you know the city has never actually fined anyone for breaking a noise regulation? That's shocking to me. During a recent city council session, once again, Bartolo Cruz Romero of the last 2 stories admitted that while noise complaints are among the most common from residents, no official sanctions have ever been issued, like I said. After reviewing past records, 0 enforcement actions have ever been utilized against excessive noise. So Councilwoman Maria Martinez is now pushing for changes to municipal regulations to give the city more power to crack down on noise pollution. Her proposal includes creating a noise pollution map to set clear noise limits for different areas, assessing whether the city has enough sound level meters, and trained inspectors to properly measure and enforce the rules. Locals say the problem is especially bad in downtown Puerto Vallarta, urging officials to finally take action. An official says the real issue is the lack of proper equipment and nighttime inspections, making enforcement nearly impossible. He's calling for more resources and better coordination between environmental officials, police, and business regulators. The City Council has now sent the proposal to the inspection and the environmental committees for further review. So we'll finally see if this is a start of real action. Thanks again to MGG, Miguel Gonzalez Guerra, for that story.
Let's talk now about Las Juntas. I mean, there's a lot of traffic going on and stuff. So, Brent, it's big, huge news, right?
Absolutely. So it's big news for Puerto Vallarta. One of the city's most anticipated infrastructure projects is finally underway. It's the Las Juntas, there we go, I'll get it right, overpass. Construction has officially begun on this crucial mobility upgrade at Puerto Vallarta's northern entrance, where Francisco Medina Asensio Boulevard meets the old Ixtapa Road, now the highway to Mascota.
Yeah, that's right. This week, materials started arriving, steel bars, beams, and everything needed for the foundations and elevated roadway platforms. So if you've driven past the Puerto Vallarta maxi letters recently, you've probably noticed crews from the Jalisco Secretariat of Infrastructure and Public Works already hard at work.
No, for sure. And it's all part of a plan to tackle one of the city's worst traffic bottlenecks. I think we've covered it on this news before. And Governor Jesus Pablo Lemus Navarro took to social media to make the announcement. And what did they say?
Well, he said, I'm thrilled to share that just as we promised weeks ago. He did promise it. We're all ready to launch one of the most important projects to improve mobility in Puerto Vallarta, Las Juntas overpass. This 2-lane bridge running from Puerto Vallarta to Bahía de Banderas will strengthen the connection between the State Highway 544, and Federal Highway 200, making travel between Jalisco and Nayarit easier than ever before.
Oh, that's great. And the numbers back it up. This intersection sees up to 116,000 vehicles per day. Imagine how much time and frustration this project could save for both residents and visitors here.
Exactly, but it's not just about building a bridge. This project comes with the full urban renewal plan. Here's what's in store. The new vehicle return lanes connecting to Federal Highway 200, sidewalk improvements for better pedestrian access, upgraded street lighting for safety, clearer, modern traffic signals, and landscaping, of course, with trees and plants that fit Vallarta's climate. Sounds good, huh?
I mean, it all sounds really great, kind of a game changer, but here comes the big question. What is the timeline? Like, what do you think the real timeline is? Come on.
Well, the goal is to have the overpass completed by early 2026. Right now, SIOP is preparing to start drilling and laying the 14-deep foundation piles that will support this structure.
Okay. Well, Governor Lemus wrapped up his announcement with a strong message saying the new Las Juntas overpass is just the beginning of great projects that will be delivering.
Yes, and I know it's going to get worse before it gets better, but for anyone who's ever been stuck in traffic at that intersection, it's definitely great news, that they're fixing it, and it's a problem that, like I said, it's going to get worse before it gets better, but of course we will keep you updated as construction moves forward. And thank you again, Miguel Gonzalez Guerra, for all of this information that you provided for us.
It's number 8.
All right, so now we're going to go on a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we have more information for you, so stay tuned.
Don't get anywhere, and maybe you'll catch me not ready again. It's kind of fun. These are live, it's live TV, and it's what happens. See y'all in a minute, and I promise I'll be ready this time.
All right, so let me talk to you guys about a very important subject here. A big step forward in the fight against child sexual abuse. Business leaders, community groups, and organizations are working together to create an important new agreement to help stop this problem. Now, at the 4th meeting of the Child Sexual Abuse Prevention Group, important organizations like the Puerto Vallarta and Bahía de Banderas Business Association joined forces to write a pact against child sexual abuse. This plan will be reviewed by Red Justicia Nayarit in 15 days. The project is supported by Mexico Evalúa, Progreso para México, Coparmex, Nayarit, and Nayaritas contra la Corrupción. Their goal is to improve prevention, protection, and support for victims in the Puerto Vallarta and Bahía de Banderas area. The meeting took place at the Puerto Vallarta International Convention Center, where experts discuss ways to make institutions stronger in handling these cases. The agreement will focus on 4 key areas: loss and teamwork between agencies, better facilities and more staff, improve information systems, education, and prevention programs. With the support of local and state authorities, this pact will help create new policies to better protect children. The final document should be ready in 3 months, a strong commitment to making Puerto Vallarta and Bahía de Banderas safer for children. And Rodrigo Lopez Becerril gave us this information. Now, a quick word from our sponsor.
So here I am. I'm back with you, Hospital Joya. You get me back for another week because I am the Hospital Joya guy. But let's be serious for a minute. Are you concerned about your health and your well-being? Well, don't miss the opportunity to take care of yourself. Hospital Joya offers a wide range of top-quality medical services, and those include comprehensive health checkups, laboratory and imaging services, consultations with medical specialists, 24/7 emergency care, intensive care unit, and pediatric unit, and much more. For more information or to schedule an appointment, just give them a call. They're at 322-226-1010 or 322-226-8181. Stay updated on their special offers, promotions, just by following Hospital Joya on social media, because your health and your family's health is what matters most.
All right, so now let me tell you about Los Muertos Beach and the Romantic Zone. They're seeing more street vendors than ever, and it's raising concerns among business owners and residents, and of course businesses too. A recent study found that tourists on the beach are approached by as many as 60 vendors per hour. That's a lot, selling everything from food and souvenirs to massages and clothing. Local restaurant owner Daniel Zambrano Corona said the growing number of vendors is starting to hurt the city's image, making it less appealing to visitors. And, well, he's also really worried about the increasing number of minors selling late into the night, sometimes as late as 1 a.m. The issue isn't just on the beach. Streets like Basilio Vadillo is packed with makeshift stalls, some blocking sidewalks or even using cones to reserve space for their goods. While many rely on this trade to make a living, Corona says better regulation is needed to keep Puerto Vallarta safe, clean, and welcoming for tourists. With a new local government under Mayor Luis Munguia, business owners are hoping for real solutions soon, and we're also watching the debate online covering both sides of this issue. With information from Miguel Gonzalez Guerra, let's go over to more news with Brent.
Thanks, Jesse. So, Puerto Vallarta authorities have taken decisive action against businesses that have been disregarding waste disposal regulations. And I know you've seen this one on social media. This week in OXXO, convenience store faced the first ever fine and closure for repeatedly placing garbage outside at unauthorized hours. The penalty? 11,000 pesos. Following complaints from local residents, CPS Noticias and Tribuna de la Bahía reported the issue through the Denuncio, a show that would air on Spanish right here on TV Mar, Monday to Friday, 1:30 to 2 p.m. Frustrated neighbors shared photos and expressed concerns about the store's continuous violations on Boulevard Francisco Medina Asensio next to the Eames Hospital number 42. Despite multiple warnings, the store ignored official notices and continued leaving that trash out in public areas. The municipal inspection team carried out 2 visits, officially documenting the offense and issuing an initial warning. However, after further non-compliance, the city proceeded with the closure order. The enforcement aligns with Article 86 of the Ecological Regulation for Puerto Vallarta and Article 229 of the Local Business Operations Law. Officials have confirmed they will continue monitoring the businesses and will also fine citizens who fail to follow waste collection schedules. The message is clear, Puerto Vallarta. They're cracking down on improper trash disposal.
All right, and guess what? Talking about trash, there is a major update to the waste collection system. Listen up. Puerto Vallarta is changing its trash collection rules. So pickup hours are shorter now, and there's a new route on busy streets. City official Javier Alonso Navarro Chavez says people must put their trash outside before 7 a.m. to make sure it gets collected. Some some businesses are breaking the rules, and the city is already giving fines and even closing some places. You just heard, from Brent what happened with that OXXO. Now, to help people, the city is bringing back the bell system. We all know the bell system, right? You hear the bell, you run outside with your trash. So they don't want, they know when the garbage truck is coming. We all know when we hear the bell, we come out. Now, the Historic Center gets four pickups a day and new morning routes, including Francisco Villa and Medina Asensio. Now, if you have any complaints, please write down this number so that you can contact the trash people directly, 322-244-5812 or 322-139-5883.
Welcome back. Hey, now it's time for Voices of Vallarta. And with me today, Séamus Byrne, in a very different set. This kind of fits you because you're a musical artist and we're over in our radio set today.
Hey, I'm absolutely delighted to be here, Brent. And this is really me. I love the walls. This is like my recording studio with all this lovely spongy stuff on the walls.
Well, we just did this for you because I wanted you to feel really comfortable today. So we're going to put you into a recording studio.
I feel really special. Thank you so much.
You are very special. Let's talk about how special you are. So I've got a couple questions for you, and I know our viewers want to get to know you a little bit. So your music obviously, I can tell by your voice and your accent, has a strong Irish influence, but you've also performed in lots of diverse locations. So how have your travels, how have your experience all shaped the way you sound?
Well, I grew up in Dublin, and Dublin has been steeped in music culture. So I remember 19, 20, walking around Temple Bar, and it wasn't bars then, it was all recording and rehearsal studios. So, I grew up with lots of great bands like U2, Sinead O'Connor, the Cranberries, so I'm kind of steeped in that tradition. But I started venturing out into Latin American sounds, and I've worked with people in Colombia and I've worked with people in Mexico now, and I try and bring, I guess, a bit of a mix between the Irish singer-songwriter sound and sprinkling it with a bit of tropical, and that's basically what I've been doing for the last while.
No, and I love it. I mean, I forget how many Irish bands and singers that I really love. I mean, you just named some of my favorite artists. Like U2 is my favorite. Then you tossed in the Cranberries. We were talking offset about the Alarm. Just really, really cool. I think they're Irish. I don't remember. That our audience won't even know. They're so long ago. So let's talk more about you, though. So you recently released your album, Blue Skies. What inspired you to write this album, and kind of just describe it for our viewers so that you get them a little interested?
Well, Blue Skies starts in a very sad place for me personally. I was grieving for the loss of my mum back in 2019, and I'd been avoiding ever recording music professionally, but something drove me. I was actually in Colombia and Cartagena for a month learning Spanish, and I decided to reach out to some local producers, and luckily enough, one got back to me, and I decided to start recording music. So it was 5 years of recording song after song, releasing them every 3 months on Spotify and Apple Music, and over time, I found creating this music that I'd written before, but actually releasing it to be very therapeutic. And so really, Blue Skies is an album of healing. And then I would say, because there's a wonderful tropical sound to it, I call it tropical indie. Okay. It brings this wonderful, rich kind of tropical vibe to it as well. So it's a happy space. The songs on it go from everything about believing in yourself. There's a song about my parents called Loves of Your Lives. And there's even a song about hurricanes that I discovered that I wrote in Mexico. So we don't have hurricanes in Ireland.
Okay. So I know that we can catch you guys, and that's amazing. I don't want to breeze over that. I love that it was healing, and I hope it's healing for our viewers when they listen to it. And I'm glad it was healing for you because it sounds like you were going through a few things. But again, we only have so much time. So I know that you play, and you recently played at Murphy's Irish Pub for a pre-St. Patrick's. You might be playing tonight, I hear. But Toys for Tots is kind of a piece of that. And I know that's really Murphy's thing, but how does it make you feel knowing that when you're performing, some of that's going to a really great cause like Toys for Tots?
Well, I think it's really important that musicians and artists in general, that we align ourselves and support charity. So it's really great to support any kind of charity, specifically with Murphy's. Murphy's has been so wonderful to me because I've been playing on and off with Murphy's for the last last year, and they've really given me an opportunity to delve into the old ballads and the old Irish rebel songs that my parents and grandparents would listen to. But in terms of bringing that together with supporting such a good cause where we're actually bringing toys to children and helping them with that, we had a wonderful dinner, 3-course meal. Corned beef and cabbage was there, and the Guinness was flowing. So it was a very successful day. I played 2 sets in Murphy's, and again, today's Patrick's Day. We're going to be playing there all day and all night.
I love that. And you kind of touched this, like you touched on this in your answer to your last question, but balancing tradition and innovation, because clearly, there's a lot of tradition in Irish music, but I feel like you also got to innovate and keep moving forward. How do you keep Irish music fresh? Do you stay true to its roots? I mean, are you looking to go in a different direction? How are you doing it?
These old songs have absolutely amazing storytelling about your friends. They mention people. So I've been trying to make my lyrics as close as possible to real life so that people can relate to it. Now, what I've been doing for Blue Skies is working with, I guess, these tropical beats and different flavors. So I feel it's quite a unique offering in terms of what's out there. So I'm trying to innovate in that way, but I'm trying to stay traditional and true to the real Irish tradition I have through the lyrics and the storytelling. And now my direction is changing slightly as well. I'm going back to my roots. I have a new single coming out called Liberation on the 28th of March. And that's going back to a much more dirgy rock sound, because at the end of the day, the world's a changing place. Blue Skies came out during a pandemic when I was trying to help people heal. But now I think I'm going more in a protest songs direction.
Okay, fair enough. What's a good Irishman without a good protest every now and then? All right, we are completely out of time, but I just want to know, how can our viewers find you? What's the best medium that they can find you and hear your music? I
have a website, seabyrne.com, seabyrne.com, but I'm available on Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp, all the usual suspects. If you're in Vallarta, come see me play at Murphy's.
And you'll know he'll tell you a story or two, or a rhyme or something there for sure. So that's awesome. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Brent.
Absolutely. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to be back next week with another Voice of Vallarta. But now, here's Barbara with our next story.
In an inspiring show of generosity, Rise, the Refugio Infantil Santa Esperanza, has successfully reached its $100,000 matching goal, thanks to an unwavering support of donors from Puerto Vallarta and beyond. The fundraising effort was not just a local mission, it was a global movement powered by friends of friends who came together to protect the most vulnerable members of our community. Those are the abandoned and at-risk children. Every contribution, big or small, played a crucial role in ensuring Rise can continue to meet its basic operational needs. These funds will help provide payroll for caregivers and staff, keep the shelter's utilities running, supply food for the children, and cover essential social security benefits for the employees. However, it's important to note that this funding does not cover repairs, expansions, or infrastructure projects, which makes the next challenge even more urgent. Every little bit helps. Rise is currently at full capacity in its nursery, and heartbreakingly, 2 babies had to be turned away recently due to a lack of space. With no other options for these infants, the shelter is now in critical need of a new nursery, one that can safely and lovingly house up to 20 babies and 10 toddlers. This space would provide a secure, well-equipped environment for the youngest and most vulnerable children in need. No child ever be turned away because of space limitations, said Claudia, a Rise representative. With the community's continued support, we can make this new nursery a reality and give these babies a safe place to grow. During a recent gathering, the children at Rise had a chance to express their gratitude to donors, their words serving as a touching reminder that every donation translates into safety, education, care, and love. These children, many of whom have faced hardship at a young age, now have the chance to come together and build brighter futures because of the kindness of strangers. While reaching the $100,000 goal is a major victory, ongoing support is still needed to fund the essentials. There are projects like a nursery expansion, and there are many ways to get involved. You can become a monthly donor at risepv.com. Participate in fundraisers and events, or just simply volunteer. This summer, Rise urgently needs help with homework, Spanish speaking, English maintenance, kitchen work, and nursery care. Community members can also contribute in a number of unique ways. Donate gently used adult clothing and write RISE on the bag and drop it off at the Deja New Consignment Store, and RISE will get a percentage of the sales. There is also a volunteer fair on March 22nd at the Joint Hotel and Co-working Space from 12 to 3 p.m. And last but not least, you can attend the Hedda Lettuce Bingo Saturdays at Katrina Cantina, 4 to 6 p.m. featuring a 50-50 raffle. Lisa Mangoyan extends her deepest gratitude to everyone who contributed with this one final message. Together, we can build a safe, loving nursery for these children. No babies should be turned away due to a lack of space. Let's make this happen because every child deserves a chance. With information from Jesse Ruiz, I'm Barbara Lapointe, CPS News.
All right, now let's talk about the Vallarta Farmers Market. It made a spectacular return with its grand reopening at Soho City. Before Soho City, it was at the stadium, right, really close to the hotel zone. So the celebration at this place was fantastic. Yes, hundreds of locals and visitors gathered to explore the market's brand new location, where over 50 local producers showcased their best crafts, clothing, fresh products, and delicious gastronomy. Ooh, I was there. There was delicious bread, delicious honey, delicious cheese. The lively beats of Grupo Caché and the electrifying sounds of mariachi galleros set the perfect mood for a day filled with shopping, community, and culture. The new space, it's at Avenida Francisco Medina Asensio 2740, across from the Chedraui Playa de Oro, and it's perfect. It's really close to my house, so I like that. They offer easy access, more comfort, ample parking, but the best news is that the Vallarta Farmers Market will now be open all year round. Yes, this means that both seasonal visitors and full-time residents, like our very own Brent Lane, who I'm sure loves organic shopping, can now enjoy fresh local products every week. Whether you're looking for artisan goods, farm fresh produce, or simply a great place to soak in the local scene, the Vallarta Farmers Market at Soho City is now the place to be every week, all year long. It's every Friday from 8 a.m. until 2 p.m. So stay tuned for more updates, and if you missed the grand opening, don't worry, go there next Friday.
So, if there's anything I'm known for, as you said, is organic shopping. Yes, Brent Lane, the organic shopper. Well, Laura would totally agree with you, my wife. Yeah, he's the organic shopping fool.
Oh my gosh, they had some Italian delicious bread that I tried, and then German bread. Oh, so good. The cheese is fantastic. All of the stuff, top notch, you guys. You have to go. Lara will love this place.
Oh, I'm going to love this. I actually am going to love this place. There's no doubt. So today, clearly you're hearing a lot about traffic, trash, noise ordinances. I know this is stuff that we're really interested in because we're seeing so much on social media. So I hope you're getting better information. We're going to keep following those stories. But right now, I think we have to go to a break.
Let's go on a quick break, pay the bills, and then we will be back.
Back, and thanks for sticking with us in our special radio booth version of CPS News. Promise there's a news set coming soon, but now it's time for sports, so let's go to sports. So Puerto Vallarta is gearing up for a strong showing at the Jalisco State Athletic Championships in 2025, which is happening from March 20th until the 23rd. A group of young athletes from the region will take on the best in state, hoping to bring home victories and put Vallarta's talent into the spotlight. Led by coach Jorge Miramontes, the team includes standout competitors like Ana Lucia Santiago, Miriam Tonase, Ayla. There we go. Selma and Hanea Ruvalcaba, and many, many more. These are great athletes, but they just have kind of difficult names. This championship is more than just a competition. It's a key stepping stone for these athletes as they sharpen their skills and push for a spot in the Mexico's most prestigious national event, the CONADE Nationals. With determination and hard work, Vallarta's rising stars are ready to make their mark on the state's biggest stage. Thank you so much to our very own Fernando Bojorquez for this sports story.
Now, here's Joe with more sports story. Yeah, it's all about soccer. We got to get ready for the World Cup 2026.
On April 5 and 6, former stars of Club Deportivo Guadalajara will visit Puerto Vallarta for a special sports event aimed at promoting both soccer and the city as a prime destination ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, where Guadalajara will be a host city. The event kicks off on Saturday, April 5th at Unidad Deportiva La Lija with a screening of Chivas La Película, followed by a discussion led by Carlos Salcido. Fans can then enjoy a live broadcast of the Liga Mexico match between Chivas and Monterrey. The excitement continues on Sunday, April 6th at Ciapal's soccer fields, where at 4 p.m., the Chivas Legends will face off against a Puerto Vallarta All-Star team in a thrilling exhibition match. Confirmed Chivas legends include Avion Calderon, Johnny Garcia, Carlos Salcido, Pato Alfaro, Chaton Enriquez, Sergio Rodriguez, Camilo Romero, Guasano Napoles, Sergio Hernandez, and Hector Reynosa. The team will be led by Demetrio Madero, a Vallarta native and former Chivas champion. The Vallarta squad will feature William Arredondo, Rene Madero, Enrique El Vallarta Alfaro, Cristian Araiza, and Carlos Elizondo. This event not only celebrates soccer culture, but also highlights Puerto Vallarta as a top-tier tourist destination ahead of the 2026 World Cup. Free tickets will be available starting tomorrow at Comude's offices, Unidad Deportiva Alonso Diaz Santos, and the UMA Community Building Office. With information from Fernando Bojorquez, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
The prestigious Gran Fondo is making its debut in Mexico. For the first time ever, this renowned cycling event is coming to the stunning Pacific coast with the Gran Fondo Nayarit, set to become one of the top road cycling competitions in the country. On April 5th, nearly 1,000 cyclists from Mexico and around the world will take on this incredible challenge, riding through the breathtaking landscapes of Bahía de Banderas and the Nayarit coast. Participants can choose between two routes, 130 kilometers or 90 kilometers, offering a mix of sport, adventure, and local culture. Originally from Canada, the Gran Fondo has built a global reputation as one of the most prestigious cycling races, and now it's ready to make history in Mexico. Organizers are excited to launch this first edition and hope it becomes an annual tradition for cycling enthusiasts of all levels. Whether you're a professional athlete or a passionate cyclist looking for a challenge, Gran Fondo Nayarit promises an unforgettable experience in a world-class setting. For updates, follow Gran Fondo Nayarit on social media or visit www.rbcgranfondo.com/event/Nayarit. With information from Fernando Bojorquez, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
Wow, Gran Fondo. And the best thing is that it's all free. So great event. Now, about some information from our sponsor, Pawsitively Perfect Dog Care.
Are you looking for the perfect spot for your furry friend while you're away? Pawsitively Perfect Dog Care in Nuevo Vallarta is your dog's home away from home. Think boutique hotel vibes, air-conditioned comfort, cuddles, and so much love. Your pup will enjoy 2 daily walks, playtime, and even get obedience practice. They'll sleep indoors with us like part of the family. Plus, we'll send you daily pics and updates so you don't miss a thing. We also offer 2-week live-in obedience and leash training programs to keep your pup on their best behavior. Message us on WhatsApp at 331-496-3310 or visit PawsitivelyPerfectDogCare.com for more details.
Whew, what a busy weekend. Oh my gosh.
It was fun.
We were all, it was fun. It was great. So I spent the weekend in Sand and Strings. Amazing. And if you missed out on that or don't know about it, make sure you watch our last newscast to see our interview with Charlie Higgins in Voices of Vallarta. What'd you do?
Oh, I was at the El Peratón en La Isla, so a bunch of puppies, a lot of entertainment. All of the Radiante team was there. I'm sure you were there too. So thank you for saying hi and coming up to us and, making it a great event. And also, happy Green Day.
Oh, it is. It's St. Patrick's Day. Don't forget. I'm sort of wearing green. You did much better than me.
Mm-hmm. My eyes are even green.
Well, in our normal studio, we can't wear green because we have a green screen, but things have a change in here. They're all a changing.
All right, and there's more events coming up next week, and guess who knows all about this great events and looks great in green?
I know. It goes well with her red.
It's red.
It's hot.
It's happening.
It's red hot happenings. Let's go.
Hello, I'm Kirsten Rakuya, and I am super excited to share with you the red hot happenings going on in Puerto Vallarta this week. For more info about living here and cool things to do while you're here, check out my blog, sandinmycurls.com. All right, let's dive in. Spring is in the air at the Vallarta Botanical Gardens. From March 20th to 23rd, the gardens will burst with color for its annual flower show. Stroll through the Hall of Flowers, soak in the beautiful floral displays, and snap the perfect springtime photo. Love orchids? You're in luck. Rare and blooming orchids will be available for sale. Plus, take a tour of the garden's brand new orchid facility. Free entry for members. Experience the magic of spring flowers. Visit vbgardens.org for more info. Ahoy, ye salty dogs! This spring break and Semana Santa, it be time to cast off your landlubber ways and party like a true pirate. Climb aboard the legendary pirate ship Vallarta, where the rum be endless, the grub be fit for a captain, and the adventures be wilder than a rogue wave. Raise your grog and cheer on swashbuckling battles. This be the ultimate high seas bash, and ye don't want to miss it. Book your voyage now at pirateshipvallarta.com or prepare to walk the plank. Get ready to dive into the heart and soul of Mexico with Danza Folklorica. Celebrating 20 years of bringing Mexican culture to life, this internationally loved group has amazed audiences in over 3,500 performances worldwide. Their stunning performances bring Mexican traditions to the stage with a whole lot of passion and energy. Catch them on March 25th at Act 2 PV for a night of incredible music, dancing, and a taste of Mexico's rich heritage you won't forget. If you haven't seen Authentically Keith, the fabulous show from Keith Tynes, now is your last chance. Keith's final performance of this show is happening Wednesday at 5 p.m. at Casa Karma Red Room Cabaret. He'll take you on a soulful journey through jazz, pop, soul, blues, and gospel. I mean, he was an original member of the Platters, so honestly, there is nothing he can't do. Accompanied by the talented Mark Hartman on piano, this intimate show is perfect for anyone who loves timeless music and genuine artistry. Get ready for an evening filled with passion, talent, and unique musical brilliance. Check out the vibrant history of Puerto Vallarta at Arte Vallarta Museo. Don't miss out on Raíces Coloridas, an amazing exhibit that celebrates the early artists of Vallarta, featuring works by Ramon Barragan, Manuel Lepe, and more. This show is bursting with color and culture, bringing Vallarta's artistic roots to life in the most stunning way. Swing by the museum Wednesday through Monday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and immerse yourself in creativity and heritage. For more info, check out artevallartamuseo.mx. Get ready for some high-flying fun at the 3rd Annual Kite Festival on Saturday, March 22nd at 1 p.m. at La Isla Shopping Center. This event is all about family fun, creativity, and celebrating one of Mexico's most iconic toys, the kite. If you have kids between 7 and 15 years old, come join the fun and craft your very own kite. All the materials are provided. There will be awesome prizes for the most creative, highest flying, and longest flying kites, and plenty of other surprises to keep you entertained. Best part? Registration is free, so come out, get creative, and let your inner child soar. Get ready for an extraordinary evening at Sunset Soiree, Cocktails for a Cause. Join us Thursday, April 3rd from 7 to 10 p.m. for a night of tapas, tacos, music, and dancing, all in support of Vallarta Cares. Enjoy an incredible performance by the one and only Amy Armstrong, followed by a live DJ under the stars to get your boogie on. Let's sip, savor, and support Vallarta Cares together because giving back has never been this fun. Get your tickets at vallartacares.org/tickets. Award-winning vocalist Mary Ann Maringolo brings her stunning show, A Lot of Living to Do, to the Act 2 PV stage for 3 nights only, March 20th, 22nd, and 24th at 7 p.m. Experience the magic of the Great American Songbook as Mary Ann's powerful, expressive voice fills the room. Time Out New York describes her as a mix of Katie Lang and Barbra Streisand, which is a bit of a crazy mix, but once you hear her sing, you will understand why. Don't miss this extraordinary performer as she brings her unique artistry and emotional depth to A Lot of Living to Do, an impressive night of musical magic. So, what's got you buzzing this week? Drop us a comment and let us know. We might just see you there. And now, get ready for the art and entertainment segment, where the flair is extra. 'Cause hey, this is Vallarta.
Wow, those are some great events. I hope to see you in some of them at least. And now it's time for the entertainment segment. Yes, and let me tell you about this amazing Mexican Broadway musical artist. She is the Mexican, Broadway musical artist. Some stars shine bright on their own, but when two come together, magic happens. That's exactly what we are in for as Bianca Marroquín makes her highly anticipated return to Puerto Vallarta once again, thanks to none other than her dear friend and fellow Broadway veteran, David Sabella. Yes, if Bianca is the dazzling, unstoppable performer we all know and love, David Sabella is the mastermind behind the curtain, making this moment possible again. Yes, a celebrated singer, actor, and teacher, Sabella originated the role of Mary Sunshine in Chicago during its iconic 1996 revival, sharing the stage with Bianca when she first took Broadway by storm as Roxy Hart. Their friendship and artistic connection have only grown stronger over the years, making this reunion all the more special. Bianca captivated Vallarta's last November, leaving audiences absolutely spellbound. Now, due to popular demand and thanks to Mr. Sabella, the director and manager of Act 2 PV, she's returning for an encore. Yes, get ready for 2 unforgettable nights as Bianca takes the Act 2 PV stage once again, March 22nd and March 23rd. But what can you expect from this spectacular performance? Well, let's hear it straight from Bianca herself.
So I'll take you through the shows I've been in as I tell you the story in, chronological order. But then I also talk about other things that have happened in my life. I use songs from other shows that I've not necessarily done numbers that I've wrote because I'm also a singer, songwriter, piano player. So you'll see a little bit of that and different genres as well. And it's not all specifically musical theater, though mostly it is. Mm-hmm. But then I'll surprise you with something that you go, oh my God, I love that song. So I made sure that it was something that the audience will truly enjoy.
And let me tell you this. In the show, there's a very special moment where 2 longtime collaborators reunite under the Vallarta sky to bring a little of that New York City magic to our tropical paradise. So, if you missed her last time, or even if you didn't, don't make the same mistake twice. Bianca Marroquín is ready to bring the house down, and you won't want to be anywhere else. An artist of this category must not be missed. Listen to her story. She tells it in a marvelous way. Bianca Marroquín from Mexico to Broadway and back. CPS News.
Well, that sounds like a really fun night, a really fun, entertaining show, as they always are at Act 2 PV. But let's move on. So, who doesn't like a good old rodeo with some music and some culture? Well, I for sure do. And you have still got time to check it out. And here's Joe to tell you all about it.
The San Jose del Valle Patron Saint festivities are in full force, bringing music, tradition, and excitement to the community. Since March 10th, thousands have gathered for this beloved annual celebration, which runs through March 19th. The festivities kicked off with a serenade and Las Mañanitas at midnight, followed by pilgrimages and traditional masses. But it's not just about faith. This festival is a cultural powerhouse, featuring electrifying musical performances, delicious food, and the 2025 Expo Ganaderia, a must-see event for ranching and rodeo fans. On Saturday, the Expo Ganaderia opened with Banda La Matona, Banda Mobile, and Grupo Clasificado, setting the stage for an unforgettable week. Sunday's grand horseback procession from San Vicente to San Jose del Valle drew a massive crowd, leading to a high-energy night of bull riding and music from Jesus Uriarte at Banda San Marqueña. Tonight, expect more thrilling events, great food, and incredible performances. As we head into the final days, the excitement is only building. Don't miss out on this one-of-a-kind celebration of heritage, faith, and fun. With information from Israel Torres, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
Next up in our entertainment segment tonight, the cabaret spirit is with us. And to tell us all about it is Barbara with the details.
Cabaret has always been about intimacy, artistry, and a little bit of rebellion. It began in the dimly lit cafes of 19th century Paris, where poets and musicians entertained over glasses of absinthe. In 1920s Berlin, cabaret became sharper, bolder, full of satire and social commentary. Then, in smoky New York clubs, it transformed yet again, blending Broadway flair with jazz and personal storytelling. Today, cabaret isn't just history, it's alive, evolving, and making its way to Puerto Vallarta with Eden Casteel. She's a performer who embodies everything that makes this art form so irresistible. Oh, Eden isn't just your typical cabaret singer. She's a vocalist, a pianist, a storyteller, a one-woman show with a playful wit and powerhouse vocals. She's a classically trained singer turned cabaret artist, and she has taken stages across the U.S., breathing new life into this genre with humor, charm, and an uncanny ability to make any song her own. And now, just as the cabaret greats once found their way to new cities and new audiences, Eden Casteel is bringing her show to Puerto Vallarta. She'll be performing at Act 2 PV on March 27th at 7 p.m., March 29th at 5 p.m., and March 31st at 7 p.m. It is your chance to witness the spirit of cabaret up close, the way it was always meant to be experienced. So whether you're a lifelong lover of cabaret or just discovering its magic, this is the kind of performance that reminds us why this art form has never, ever faded. It just keeps reinventing itself. With information from Jesse Ruiz, my name is Barbara Lapointe, CPS News.
All right, and now Joe will tell us how the community came together for a good cause.
Puerto Vallarta's art and cultural community came together once again for the highly anticipated Annual Art Auction 2025 in support of Los Mangos Library. The evening was filled with vibrant artwork, live music, delicious bites, and plenty of generosity, all to help fund the library's green spaces and cultural programs. Guests enjoyed strolling through the beautifully curated art exhibition in the library's corridor and main hall, bidding on stunning works from talented local artists. Beyond the art, attendees could also purchase certificates for exclusive products and services, adding even more excitement to the fundraising effort. Welcoming everyone to the event were Dinora Yozowski Cortez Gonzalez, president of the library, and Rafael Camacho Corta, director. They expressed heartfelt gratitude to all donors, sponsors, and attendees. Supporting the initiative was Eva Contreras Sandoval from the board of directors, who wasted no time in placing one of the first winning bids of the night. The auction was led by the dynamic duo of Sarah and Jorge Cardona, bringing energy and excitement to each bid. The fundraising goal? 200,000 pesos, with the aim of revitalizing the library's green areas and updating outdoor furniture. And the community came through. Los Mangos received an incredible 190 donation certificates from hotels, restaurants, wellness centers, and other businesses, nearly doubling the initial goal of 100. The event also showcased 90 works of art, with 16 featured in the live auction and the rest available for silent bidding. The auction featured an array of artistic styles, including oil paintings, sculptures, acrylics, drawings, and collages by renowned artists such as Javier Niño, Ada Colorino, Francisco San Miguel, Manuel Adria, Natalia Zanini, Gonzalo Espinoza, and many more. Since its inauguration in 1996, Los Mangos Library has been a pillar of culture and education in Puerto Vallarta, offering an extensive book collection and a dynamic calendar of arts and recreational programs. Events like this annual auction play a crucial role in keeping these initiatives alive and thriving. With the support of the community, Los Mangos Library continues to be a place where art, culture, and generosity unite. With information from Miguel Gonzalez Guerra, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
All right, and then we were talking about this earlier. La Isla Shopping Village had El Peratón 2025. It was a great event. And how about I just tell you all about it? Listen up.
This past weekend, La Isla Shopping Village once again became the ultimate gathering place for pet lovers, families, and animal advocates as Peratón 2025 returned for its second edition. Organized by Radiante FM 98.3, this heartwarming event celebrated pet adoption, wellness, and responsible pet care while offering a full day of fun-filled activities. The event kicked off early with a vaccination and deworming campaign, courtesy of the Bienestar Animal booth, ensuring that local pets received essential health care. At 11 a.m., the first adoption runway took center stage, featuring adorable dogs from friends to PV animals. Many lucky pups found new families, making this a particularly emotional and rewarding moment for all involved. The excitement continued at 1 p.m. with the talent contest, where proud pet parents showcased their furry friends' best tricks, earning prizes and applause from the enthusiastic crowd. As the afternoon unfolded, attendees enjoyed an artistic gymnastics show by Helos, followed by another adoption runway, this time featuring pets from Bienestar Animal. The evening's entertainment highlighted Puerto Vallarta's vibrant cultural scene. At around 5:15 p.m., the Ballet Folclórico Cuauhtémoc dazzled the audience with a breathtaking traditional dance performance. Finally, the pirates from the Marigalante pirate ship closed the event with an exhilarating pirate show, leaving attendees thrilled and delighted. Beyond the entertainment, Peratón 2025 served as an important platform for education and advocacy, with expert-led workshops on responsible pet ownership and sponsor booths offering top-quality pet products, services, and treats. This year's success wouldn't have been possible without the generous support of local businesses and organizations, including Pawsitively Perfect Luxury Dog Boarding and Balance Training, Tortas Marichui, Nutri Doggy Dog, Good Art Animal Clinic, Benjamin Moore Paints, Qualitas Salud, Patitas Elegantes, Sua Munguia Joyeria Artesanal, Vallarta's Farmers Market, Mari Tiara Accessories, Daneto Pet Shop, and Vibra Beauty Salon. With dozens of pets vaccinated, dewormed, and even adopted, Peratón 2025 made a real impact on the lives of Vallarta's animals and their future owners. A massive thank you goes out to all the veterinarians, volunteers, and organizations who dedicated their time and effort to making this event a success. Your commitment to animal welfare is truly inspiring. As Peratón continues to grow, it strengthens its mission to create a kinder, more compassionate community for our furry friends. If you missed out this year, don't worry, Peratón will be back, bigger and better than ever. With information from Jesse Ruiz, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
Okay, and our final entertainment story tonight, Puerto Vallarta is gearing up for two major events in 2026. President Hector Santana Garcia has announced plans for an international carnival and pride festival. After taking part in the San Blas Carnival in 2025, Santana revealed that the region will host its own world-class carnival with invited countries, states, and municipalities. While details are still under wraps, planning is already underway to make this an unforgettable event. In addition, a Pride Festival is also in the works to celebrate and attract the LGBTQ+ community. Both festivals aim to highlight Bahía de Banderas as a key cultural destination in 2026. Of course, we're going to keep you updated as the details come in. And thank you so much to Israel Torres for that final entertainment story tonight.
Right. And with that, we come to an end. I hope you enjoyed our newscast tonight. A lot of information, a lot of events, a lot of entertainment. And if you're not wearing green,
trying, sort of. I may got a little bit of green, but it's not as green as you. You get pinched. I pinched you anyways.
No. No pinching. I'm wearing green, but if you're not wearing green, you get to be pinched. You get the pinch. So.
And we hope to be in our new studio next week. No promises, but man, it looks amazing. How exciting.
Looks so good. You guys are going to love it. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great night, and we'll see you next week on CPS News with Jesse and Brent.
Bye.